All right, now it's time for Music News Part 1. And Julian Lennon says that he finally buried the hatchet with stepmother Yoko Ono for the sake of his half-brother Sean Lennon. Julian told CBS's Sunday Morning, "It's just not worth the stress. It really isn't. The stresses and the strains. I think the key point to all this, for me at least, has been Sean. If I hurt Sean's mother, then I hurt Sean. It's a roundabout way of thinking about things, but because I love Sean so much, I just don't want to hurt him. I can get over it. Have gotten over it." On dealing with a strained relationship with his father, who would be turning 70 on October 9th, Julian said, "Now more than ever, I look back with a great deal of respect for him as a man and his work, but not necessarily as a father." Julian released a single last year and has a completed new studio album ready to be released in the can. We asked him about his views on touring after taking such a long hiatus from performing.
Believe you me, I want to do live dates, but I want to also make sure the show's right, and I want to do it in the right way, the way I want to do it. I want to work with partial orchestras, so even though it'll be rock and roll, a lot of the material I do or have written is, very themic, and a lot of great orchestration. And I did one show in Hong Kong with a full orchestra, and it was the most amazing experience.
Tomorrow, the entire John Lennon catalog will be reissued, including a newly remixed, scaled-back version of Double Fantasy, 2 different hits compilations, and a deluxe box set with the new remasters and a bonus disc of rarities. Yoko Ono said that 30 years after Lennon's death, the public has yet to truly embrace his mid-70s work.
Mind Games was not accepted too well at the time. In fact, it was kind of ignored. But it's a brilliant work. And then go to Walls and Bridges. I think Walls and Bridges is just exactly good as John Lennon Plastic Ono Band. It's a brilliant, brilliant work, Walls and Bridges.
Mind Games and Walls and Bridges are the only 2 albums in the Lennon catalog produced solely by Lennon. Mind Games was released on November 2nd, 1973, and topped out at number 9. The single Mind Games peaked at number 18. Walls and Bridges was released on September 26, 1974, and hit number 1 on the album charts. The album's first single, Whatever Gets You Through the Night, featured keyboards and harmony vocals by Elton John and became Lennon's first solo number 1 hit, and the only U.S. chart topper during his lifetime. A second single from the album, Number 9 Dream, peaked at number 9. Excuse me. Things that happen when you're recording the vlog. It's interesting how that works. If I have to burp, I have to burp. That's just the way it is. I like to be professional, but if it has to happen, I prefer it happens here rather than on the air. All right. Music News Part 2. Phil Collins says that essentially he's retired. With his new album, the cover set Going Back, getting good notices and becoming his first UK chart topper in 12 years, Collins, who will be 60 in January, is more happy being a homebody with his young kids in Switzerland. He was asked point blank, what's next?
I think if this record hadn't happened, I wouldn't be doing anything. I kind of decided, for the final farewell tour and around that time that I would stay around home more and be there for Nicholas and Matthew, with 9 and 5 now. So I'm not anticipating doing anything else. If I do write songs, then obviously if I did write something, and that's where the fun is still, and recording it in my own studio. I don't know about putting it out on an album or anything like that. So I don't really have that desire.
His latest album, Going Back, features Collins covering 60s standards by Stevie Wonder, Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, the Four Tops, the Temptations, the Supremes, Dusty Springfield, the Byrds, the Ronettes, and others. In June, Collins was the recipient of the prestigious Johnny Mercer Award from the Songwriters Hall of Fame. And Collins' drumming days might just be a thing of the past. After undergoing extensive surgery for nerve damage in his arm, Collins remains unsure if he'll ever regain the strength to play. Both Collins and Tony Banks have gone on record stating that Genesis are a thing of the past, with no future band projects on the horizon. Last October, Collins has become a grandfather for the first time when his 37-year-old daughter Jolie gave birth to daughter Zoe Emile, her first child with husband Stephen Butlar. And Collins is currently involved with New York's WCBS TV senior news anchor and reporter Dana Tyler. All right, moving on now to, let's see here, News of the Weird. Here we go.
When someone does something stupid or weird,
Taylor's going to let you know about it.
It's time for the News of the Weird.
Police say that a Florida man who was about to be arrested tried to flee the scene on a lawnmower. The man, identified as 25-year-old Charles McDaniel, was trying to escape discovery during a police search. A spokesperson for the sheriff's office said that this was the first time she'd heard of a suspect trying to escape in this manner. She explained you had them diving into water, you had them running into bushes, but the lawnmower? That's pretty unique. You can't make this stuff up. No, you definitely can, especially this next one. A Pennsylvania man is in jail after pleading guilty to hiding his pot stash in his kid's backpack. Ronald Washington, 33, called his son's school when he realized the child took the drug-filled Elmo backpack to school. When he told school officials that he needed to get something from the bag, the officials searched it and found more than 3 ounces of pot. Washington pled guilty to marijuana possession charges and endangering the welfare of children. He'll be sentenced next week. Wow. Just wow. How stupid can you get? Well, it gets even dumber as we take a look now at Dumb Crooks. And there's 2 reasons, as I said on the show, that I'm using the Saw theme for this. Number 1 is because the next Saw movie is due out, and who actually watches it for a plot anymore? Seriously. We're just watching it to see in what twisted ways people can get killed. That's really all we're watching it for anymore. And the second reason I'm using this is because if you're this stupid, your uppance will come. Alright, from Manatee, Florida comes the story of bozo Raymond Rao, who was pulled over by the cops for speeding. After writing out the speeding ticket, the officer asked our bozo if he had smoked marijuana recently. Our bozo responded that he had smoked some the previous evening, and then invited the cop to search the car. The officer checked the car and searched our bozo. When the cop noticed a soft object sticking out of our bozo's buttocks, our bozo said, "Let me get it." He then proceeded to pull out a baggie containing 4.5 grams of marijuana. The officer continued his search and found another baggie in the same area. He pulled it out and found the baggie contained 27 pieces of rock cocaine. It was then that our bozo offered up the bozo explanation of the week. He told the cop, "The weed is mine, the white stuff isn't." Unfortunately, he had no reasonable explanation for how the white stuff got there. I told you it was stupid. Wow. And that'll do it for the afternoon show vlog for Monday, October 4th, 2010. I will talk to you coming up tomorrow. Until then, Taylor King saying so long for now. Stay safe, everyone, and blessed be. I'll talk to you tomorrow right here on YouTube. YouTube.com/TheX Real Rock Variety. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Talk to you tomorrow. See ya.